Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 72 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity Deadfire. In the last part, we did loads of stuff for the Deadfire, and we're going to continue doing more for them. But Atsura wanted to speak to us.
About the same Atsura?
Atsura folds his hands and cocks his head, watching you like an especially thoughtful bird of prey. He waits several seconds before speaking.
Nothing stands in your way, does it?
He claps you roughly on the shoulders and greets you with a hard-edged laugh that barely sounds like his own. In Griffin runes and soul devices is something of a hobby of mine.
A rare speciality, and an extremely valuable one. But I called you here to discuss another matter.
His eyes flash and an eager smile creeps along his face.
A great injustice plagues the archipelago, and we have an opportunity to end it. A thriving slave trade disrupts the Deadfire. I've determined that it's being run from the island known as Crookspur.
You must have known this for a while. He considers his answer, canting his head to one side.
It is not news to us. But action without proper planning is as bad as inaction. Slavers sow chaos wherever they ply their unsavory business. They uproot communities, disrupt trade, and attract the vilest criminals.
Aye, they be ugly too, and smell like half-drowned bilge rat. Cheated dice, never write their mothers.
He counts the accusations off on his fingers.
Be easier to mention what they do right. Like dying when you stab or shoot them.
Unfortunately, they've been allowed to operate here for years.
What do you mean by allowed? Oh wait, you're saying that the powers that be colluded with them?
Oh, but I wasn't trying to cast aspersions.
He squints, making a helpless gesture.
I may have heard that certain persons of influence in the Valian Trading Company have connections with the slavers. But the larger problem is that they were allowed to settle in here in the first place. For that, the Juana must take responsibility.
He sniffs dourly. I agree, they should be stopped.
2,000 years ago, our people began the conquest of Rauatai. The land was new to us. Many of its inhabitants were better equipped. But we overcame them. We were unified where they were scattered. And we were not content to huddle in cliff caves and subsist. We were determined to make a better life for ourselves.
Where are you going with this?
The Valians and the Principe will tear Deadfire asunder, and the only way we shall ensure that the slavers do not return by stationing one of our most elite fleets at Crookspur.
That's prudent.
I'm glad you... In any case, our attentions are now focused on Sayuka for now. Clear skies.
I'm so confused. I've just realized that conversation was the same one we had last part, but... Oh, I don't have Maya in my fucking party. Yep, that's fucking dumb. Well, we'll go get Maya. And all the way out. Thank you.
Sing.
Oh shit. I don't know what the fuck happened then, but alright.
Never stopped anyone before.
It's just that I tried talking with Adair, but I don't seem to be making any headway. He doesn't want to warm up to me.
He doesn't fight at the front because he's good with a sword. He's just dense as stone. Which is to say, he's not one for taking hints.
Oh, you don't have to make it seem so hopeless.
Right, bye, C. Still can't believe I fucking didn't put Maya in the pie. That's... Oh, it's to be fair, that's like me in it, though. What can you do? There's probably a quest for us to do here when we've got after this instead anyway. So, you know, trying to keep the try to keep everything going.
Sayuka said her work's finally
Your
continuing.
orders, Captain?
Won't say what it is.
It seems like you wanted to talk, but apparently not.
Clear skies.
Maya has business with you?
Indeed. I hope we return victorious.
He turns to her with a bold, almost confrontational stare, a look that seems to mirror her own.
It's done in any case. I'll leave you to decide what victory means.
Alof nods, a quiet smile etched across his lips. Atsura, care to explain what you've been up to?
Maya has been assisting with plans to work toward peace in some of the more tumultuous parts of Deadfire.
He raises his eyebrows, looking back at her.
A noisy kind of piece, but it's all we're likely to get.
Then we must take what we can.
He stares her down with a challenge in his eyes.
I'm certain Harama would agree. He's well, after all, thanks to your decisive action.
He cocks his head.
Twaha reports success and sends her thanks for your swift intervention. You have aided your countrymen with distinction. There is no higher honor to which a trencher may ascribe.
He tilts his head towards her, empathizing his words.
But what of your own assignment?
Nothing that a mountain of bronzoas won't cure.
Rawatai values your service, as do I. And I can think of no better reward for the rough country's finest sharpshooter than a piece such as this.
He reaches below his desk for an arquebus, which he presents to her with stiff formality.
I won't keep you. I know you both have plenty of business to attend to. You haven't figured it out.
Most certainly still a bit of a cunt, but... Fuck me, this is a superb. Isn't superb better than exceptional? It is, but for some reason it's so much shitter. Wait. Let's equip it with her. Why is it so shit in comparison? Trying to figure out why it's not as good. Well, for now we'll give her her better one. Can't enchant it at all, but we'll see.
Obvious.
Well, what? Clearing her throat, and then again, Maya raises her eyes to yours when you glance over.
Oh, you wanted something, Captain?
You're the one trying to get my attention.
What, me?
Maya chuckles and crosses her arms.
I'll go ahead and say it. You're halfway toward all right.
Maya purses her lips and appraises you up and down. Just halfway, is that really all?
A captain is better than my usual slim pickings. Which is a bunch of lore college dropouts playing sailor. Hypothetically speaking, I mean.
She clears her throat.
Have you ever... Dumb question, but here I go anyway.
Maya folds her arms and shifts her weight from one foot to the other.
You ever gotten close to someone, even though it just wasn't... ordinary?
A god stepped on me once.
Yeah, that about kicks the legs out from under ordinary, doesn't it? What I'm talking about is a scenario where a difference in rank can get in the way of enjoying shore leave.
Oh god, yep. No, Sigram is sarcastic enough for this. Has someone been a very bad sailor?
This is like picking oakum.
Sighing, Maya rolls her eyes.
I'm just testing the direction of the wind here. Best not to overthink it.
On Blake said the captain gets to make the rules.
Interesting answer. I like the sound of that authority. I've enjoyed that sort of arrangement before. Nothing to suggest I won't enjoy it again someday.
Maya plants her hands on her hips and smiles to herself. Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Naturally. It's all hypothetical here. Well, I've laid out my thoughts. You must have a couple.
I like you, Maya. Let's see where this goes.
Be a pleasure, Captain.
The edges of Maya's mouth crack with a repressed smile.
Funny thing is that Ishi can get particular about people.
Maya glances down at her bird, hiding a tiny smile.
And when he doesn't take to someone, neither do I.
What exactly does Ishi look for in a special friend?
I'm sure he'd tell you if you asked nicely. Not everyone's a bird lover, that's fine. Some days I can't stand another second of Captain Stinkfeathers. But Ishi and I are never parted for longer than a few breaths. Take that however you will.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd like to speak with your bird.
Try not to use any foul language.
Chuckling to herself, Maya steps back and gives you space. Pecking up at the attention, as Ishi takes a cautious hop closer, he tips his head to the side and fixes you with a scrutinizing gaze. I'm gonna read his soul. No sooner do you bridge the distance to Ishi's soul, than he turns his cold, mismatched gaze towards you. The force of his attention hits you like a whip.
Well, this is unexpected.
A voice cuts through the din of your thoughts, a feminine one, accompanied by the sound of feathers rustling against each other. Hylia? Glancing in your direction, Maya frowns at you, to all outward appearance, whisper to yourself.
What exactly did you set out to accomplish by peering into the soul of this noble creature?
As Ishi cocks his head. No, may I suggest that Ishi and I get on better terms? Actually, no. What are you doing here?
I am asking the question.
Well, fuck, that didn't work. Well, Maya suggests that Ishi and I get on better terms.
I see.
A slight breeze ruffles Ishi's feathers.
You should already know better than to trust everything Maya has to say. The prospect of sharing her company. I can tell from here that it intrigues. Far be it from me to judge affection. Better that it bloom or wilt uninterrupted.
Hylia lets out a wistful sigh that manifests as a cool breeze around your neck.
While the Deadfire is being cut, cauterized, and trampled, it is charming to find someone who makes time for such elaborate foreplay.
I answered your question, answer mine. What are you doing, Ishi's soul?
Observing. The one you call a Shiza makes for a convenient lens into your travels. Try not to take it too personally.
So what's your take on Maya? Upon catching her neighbor's smoking, Maya furrows her brow and glances your way again. She seems on the verge of speaking up, but then shakes her head and resumes her business.
Do you often turn to birds for relationship advice? I sense that Maya does not easily allow others into her confidence. She is observing you closer than you might guess. She has much on her mind. This may all be a whimsical diversion. That, or she is softening you up for the red work of her masters. But you already know about that.
She's an assassin.
Such a heartless word for an occupation which takes great skill to practice well. I babble. What does the goddess of creativity know of kith courtship?
Azisha tips his head to the side and winks. I guess we're finished for now.
A word of advice, Watcher. I can say for certain that this is a very hungry, overworked, and at times underappreciated bird.
As Ishi spreads open his wings, studying his own plumage with evident curiosity.
He and Maya share that much in common, at least. Best of luck in your mating ritual, Watcher.
The presence pulls away, and you find yourself once again staring into the eyes of an alert, if less intelligent, Azisha. I'll try to feed Azisha. As you open your pack, Azisha hops closer, craning back his head to observe with interest. His pupil narrows with desire as he catches a whiff of shark meat. We'll swim some shark meat in his direction. Peeking at it delicately at first, Azisha tosses caution to the wind and devours the haunch of meat with wild abandon. He looks at you imploringly. I'll offer him some more. He accepts the offering eagerly, picking apart and forcing down the meat with untrammeled joy. This time his look is determined, ravenous. He pecks at your belongings like he would a ripe carcass. Go on then. He flaps his wings and descends onto the meat, throwing back his head to choke as much down in a single go as possible.
Now that is what I'd call a happy bird.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Not to mention a fat bird. Pretty soon I'll have to roll him around like a cask of ale.
Yeah, it's important to me that every member of the crew is well fed, even the birds.
Mark of a good captain, I'd say. Consider your performance noted.
Maya bites her thumbnails and smiles. Performance? Was this just a test?
You're talking to a competitive naval sharpshooter with a litter of brothers. Everything's a test. But you also fed my bird, which is just plain decent.
So are we on friendly terms yet?
It didn't take you long to open up to the idea at first. I like that eagerness. Let's say you've graduated to achieving the bare minimum of my favor.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Which is farther than most anyone gets.
So where do we go from here then?
Well?
Touching her arm, Maya surprises herself with a gesture and pulls her hand away just as fast. Her fingers felt calloused and very warm.
Sorry. I'm not new to this. I'm just not used to sharing company longer than a single voyage. I can't say where this goes next. But I'm keen on where it is now.
I think we both want this as long as on our terms.
Sounds nice when you say it like that. A little wholesome for my taste, but nice. However it pans out, thanks for taking the time. And for the bird food.
Let's be off.
You tell
Little
me if you're
shit
so
making me
smart.
Feed your fucking bird. Right, let's give her some more stealth and get a little bit more survival out of her. 2 abilities. We definitely want that one. And you know what, we'll get play dead as well. It's a good ability. Should have got it earlier, but I didn't. Hey look, everyone likes me apart from Alof still, because Alof's a prick. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we're going to have to end this part here. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next part. See you guys then.